If you don't have a studio, and most photographers don't have studios, I'm going to show you how to produce studio quality images outdoors. In a location like this, a bright sunny day. We're in Newcastle at the moment in the honeysuckle precinct, so we're going to be using some shade, some bright sunshine, and controlling our light to produce studio style images. I've been doing this for years and it works a treat. Oh wow, that looks awesome. Now we can do this stuff with natural light, but to get the true studio feel to the shots, then flash is generally the best way to go. We could use a speedlight flash for this sort of stuff, or we could use a strobe. Both of these are battery powered, so we can use them outdoors quite comfortably. The difference is that the strobe is fairly restricted with power, particularly if we're using bright sunlight like we are today. The strobe has much more power, and it's more versatile to be able to use with a whole range of different accessories. Now, Neewer has sent me this flash, this Q300 flash, and I've used it a couple of times before, and it's amazing. It gives me so much more light than my speedlight does, and it allows me to do so many more effects, as you'll see in this video. I'm going to show you 10 or more quality studio lighting setups that you can do in these sort of locations. You can see it here with the full power shot of the speedlight against the full power shot of the Q300. So much more light to be working with, because when we start putting modifiers on this, as we're going to, it does reduce the power of the output. So the Q300 is going to be ample to be using these accessories out in this location. So we're going to be using the Neewer Q300 for all of the shots that we do today. You'll see the variety of shots that we can get, both in the shade and in the sunlight. The Q300 comes with a radio trigger, so you just pop that on top of your hot shoe and it'll fire the flash. It's pretty much an all-in-one kit. You don't get a light stand, but everything else is there for you to create beautiful studio lighting outdoors. So what we're doing first, we're just doing a bare flash. Without any modifiers on our Q300, we're just going to shoot Lana with that bare flash. It's going to be a very hard light because it's only quite small light source, and we all know the smaller the light source, the harder the light's going to be. So this is going to throw a shadow on this background. I want to take advantage of this dark background in a minute. You'll see the next thing that we do. But just have a look at this hard light, what sort of a shadow it puts on that background. Now I also need to ask Lana to point her nose towards the light, because that's going to be the most flattering angle of light on her face. So Lana, just turn your face a little bit. Yeah, that's it. A little bit more. Yeah, great. And still looking at me. Okay, lovely. Here we go. Yeah, terrific. More. Okay. So you can see that shadow on that shot. The light's quite harsh on Lana's face, but it works really well with that dark background. So this is just a little shelter, a little picnic shelter that we found with a black painted side on it, and it works a treat for this sort of shot, just like having a black background in your studio. Now we're going to do something a little bit tricky. We're going to get Lana to come further forward, and we're going to put our flash in behind her. Greg, we're going to have to adjust it a little bit, maybe move it that way, because I need to hide it right in behind Lana. You're right, you're great there, yep. Okay, that's terrific. I want you to turn in profile, so I want you to point your nose straight across the harbour there. Yeah? Okay, that's great. All right, let's see how that goes, yeah. Yeah, beautiful. So what we've done now is we've put that bare flash right in behind Lana, it's in behind her head, so we're getting that beautiful rim light, taking advantage of that black background. Here we go again. That's great. Just drop your chin down, look at the ground a little bit, Lana, yeah? Can we let your hair out? Would that be okay? We'll see how this wind's going to affect it, but yeah, great. Okay, here we go. Yep, beautiful. More. Okay, I'll just do a horizontal shot. Here we go. Yeah. Look at that. Beautiful studio lighting outdoors. Now be aware at some time today I'm going to fall over. So don't worry about it. It happens from time to time. All right, so now I'm going to concentrate that light into a smaller cone. I'm going to use my little Snoot here, and I've got a grid on the end of it. Again, this is going to take a lot of power from the light, but the Q300's got plenty of power, so I don't need to worry about it. We're going to pop this on the front of our light, and we're going to light Lana with this. Okay, Greg, so Lana, you're back against the wall again, please. Okay, yeah, that's good. Now Lana, can you see that's pointing straight at you, or is it a little bit off? Which way? Okay, that's great. Now Greg, we're going to get it over closer to there, so we get a line of light down that wall. Get as close to the wall as you can. Yeah? All right, so looking over that way again, because we need to get your face towards, maybe pull some hair forward over this back shoulder again. Yeah, lovely. Okay, great. Yes, terrific. Okay, so now we're switching to the deep dish cone. This will push a lot more light forward, so it'll effectively increase the power of our flash, which we don't really need because we've got plenty. But this will give us a little bit more concentrated light so that it will vignette the image a little bit. They'll be darker around the edges, and Lana will be lit with the light coming from this cone. Okay, so again, I want you looking over that way for me. Yeah, that's it. Great. Maybe put your hands in your thumbs in your pocket or something, yeah? It's okay. And your feet apart a little bit, and just the weight on one foot. Yeah, that's it. Good. All right? Okay, that's it. Good. Yeah. I actually had to minimize my aperture a little bit with that cone because it pushes out so much light. I had to drop my exposure down compared to the Snoot with the grid because it does take a lot of light away. Thank you. So what we're doing here is we've got our light in lighting the wall behind Lana. We're going to have her in silhouette because we're lighting the wall to brighten it up, and she's going to be completely dark against that. We're going to shoot her in profile. We're going to have to get her to face her nose down this way so we get a recognisable shot of her. If she's facing directly at me, it's just going to be a blank oval of a head. So think about how you want those features to show in your shot. It's very cold and windy here. Okay, Lana, I want you turning around to face that way for me. Maybe 1 foot in front of the other, a bit like that, yeah? That's it? Yeah, great. Okay. Yeah, beautiful. Maybe pull some more hair forward so we get a bit more of that blowing. Yeah, that's it. Okay, you can let go of it now. Yep. Terrific, yeah. That's it. Maybe look up a little bit at the sky there, yeah. Good. And look down at the ground. Yep, drop your chin down further. Yeah, that's it. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, go. All right. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I like that. All right, that looks really cool. Hey, I love that. I've got to get an enthusiastic bit. Hang on. This is for the intro. Oh, wow, that looks awesome. Does that sound like a 66-year-old? That image looks great. I love that image. Now we've changed our lighting. We've got a softbox on here. We've got a Niwa softbox on the front of the Niwa flash. And we're going to give a softer light onto Lana. This light's going to be a bit more flattering than the hard light we used before, but it's a light we often use in the studio. So you'll see the results that we get out of this. We're going to do a few variations on this as well, but just have a look and see what we do for the start. Okay, that's good, Lana. Just want you to turn your face towards the light a little bit. Yeah, that's it, and your eyes to me. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, good. Maybe fold your arms a bit. Yeah, that's it. If the hair will stay over the front, try that. We'll just pull it there and then just let go and have a look. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Yes. Beautiful. That's it. Terrific. That looks awesome. See that? Okay. So we're going to modify this a little bit. We're going to use a reflector. And we're going to reflect a bit more light back onto the shadow side of Lana's face. Okay. Here we go. Yeah. All right, so you can see the difference with that. We've got a reflector over this side that Brock's holding, bouncing a little bit more light back onto the shadow side of Lana. It looks great, looks like, just like a studio shot. Okay, once again, yeah. Gorgeous. Maybe your hands behind your back this time, yeah? That's it. Yeah. Okay, even got a smile that time. Fantastic. You're doing a great job. There you are. So what we're going to do now is we're going to create some clamshell lighting. You've probably seen clamshell lighting or heard of it before in the studio. We've got direct frontal light, which is very flattering on our subject, and we're going to use the reflector underneath to bounce a bit more light back up into Lana's face. It's going to be a bit of a challenge in the wind. One great advantage of working outdoors rather than in the studio is the variety of backdrops you can get. We can walk from there to there and get 4 or 5 different backdrops. But one of the disadvantages is the wind. Not Greg, just the wind that's coming through here. Okay, Greg, can we move that light around the front here, please? Yep. And this is going to be a little bit of a challenge for you. We want it held horizontally just under there. Yeah, that's it. Can you lift that up a little bit more so I can shoot underneath it? That's it. Great stuff. Okay, looking straight at me, Lana. Yeah? Yeah, wonderful. That's it. Just turn your face slightly that way. Yep, eyes to me. Great. Yep, tilt just a little bit to the side, yeah? That's it. One more. Okay, don't worry if you blink. It's my fault because I don't tell you when I'm shooting. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, great. We've got that beautiful studio clamshell lighting. We're just going to change backgrounds now, which means we're going to take 2 steps that way. Going to shoot against the door. That was 4 steps, Greg.
No, that's 4 shuffles.
Okay.
3 steps.
Same thing, please. Yep. Okay, great. Yeah. Beautiful. Play with your hair maybe a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Now, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to move further out so we blur that background a little bit. Sorry, Brock. So move further out here, please, Greg. Okay, you move further out too, Lana, please. Keep coming. Yeah, that's it. That's good. As long as I keep Lana the same distance from our light, my exposure is going to be just the same. My background will be a little bit darker because it's further away from my flash. Okay. Yeah, that's great. Here we go. Yep. Can you pull all of your hair forward? Yeah, that's it. Great. Okay, yeah. A little bit more serious for me, yeah. Great. Now what we're going to do is we're going to bounce our flash off the wall back onto Lana. If you don't have a softbox, how do you get soft light? You bounce your flash. So I'm going to aim the flash at the wall. We've got a fairly neutral coloured grey brick wall here, but this will work on concrete. So aim your flash at the wall. It's going to give a big pool of soft light that will bounce back onto your subject. Okay, Lana, we're going to get you over here, please. One thing we do need to be careful of is that that light is still coming down onto Lana's face. We don't want the light coming up onto her face, so we make sure our flash is a little bit higher than her. Okay, love it. You can just lean against the wall if you want, just nice and casual. You're waiting for a bus. Yeah, that's great. All right. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, terrific. That's it, lovely. Yeah, good. Excellent. You are really good at this, Lana. This is terrific. You can see those shots, but that shadow is still a little bit hard. What can I do about that? Because the pool of light on the wall is fairly small because I have the light close to the wall. I'm going to move that light further away from the wall, which will light a larger area, and that softer light will light Lana. Okay. There we go. Of course, I need to make sure that none of that light is lighting Lana directly. Okay. A little bit of hair across here. Yep, that's it. Great, here we go. Yep, beautiful. Okay, yes. You can see the difference there. That light is much softer, the shadow is softer, it looks better, simply because I moved the light further back from the wall. Our next spot is against this glass window here. Now, I'm making things a little bit more difficult for me here because we're going to get reflections of our light in that window. I'm going to try and use that as a compositional element to make that shot look a little bit more sparkly, a little bit more special, a little bit more groovy. So we're going to have the flash off to the side so we get a reflection in there. Then we're going to hide the flash with Lana. We're going to have the flash directly from the front. So we'll see what we get with this. Again, how many people have a white glass background in their studio? We've got it all here available. In Newcastle, we've got everything that you want. You'll see I'm not using my buggy as a light stand today because I've got my voice-activated self-propelled unit over here. He's going to be holding my light and he just goes wherever I want him to go without any movement at all. Okay, wonderful. Just do a test shot here, Lana. All right, that looks cool. So what we're going to do is maybe get you on that side because I think that's the easiest side for Lana to turn her face. Yep, that's it. Now I'm aiming to get that reflection in the window just separated from Lana a little bit. I don't want it too close to her face because it's going to give me lens flare in there. So I can see where that light's going to be by the reflection of Greg in that background. I hope he doesn't get reflected himself in the background. I'll have to Photoshop him out. Okay, that's lovely, Lana. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, that's good. Over this way a little bit more, Greg. Yeah, that's it. Great, yeah. Okay, just look out that way for me, Lana. Yeah. Yeah, terrific. Just over that way a little bit, Greg. I should say the person before I give the instruction, shouldn't I? Yep. Okay, that's good. I'm going to do a full length shot now. So keep looking over there, Lana. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I like that. But can you get it up higher, Greg? As high as you can go. Tippy, tippy toe. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, cool. Lovely. I always think it sounds really stupid when an old man says cool. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. Looks like the sunlight's reflected in the window. I'm going to get Greg in a little bit closer to make that light a bit brighter in the reflection, but I need to be careful that I don't light Lana too brightly. So, yep, in there again, but I want you to feather that light across. So I want you to aim at that window frame there. Yeah? That's it?
High?
Yeah, yep, high, that's good. Okay, that's lovely, Lana. Here we go. Yeah, love that. I didn't expect that to happen, but the feathering of the light has given me really moody light across here because of that cone is feathering the light, giving me a darker edge. That looks great. Okay, once again, just tilt it to Lana a little bit. Yeah, that's it. Okay, wonderful. So I can vary the effect of that shadow by just asking Greg to move the light further or closer to Lana, the direction, by feathering it more or less. What we're going to do now is I'm going to do a little bit of a white balance trick. I'm going to move Lana further away from the background so the light doesn't affect the background as much, and I'm going to put an orange gel on the flash because that will give us orange light on Lana, and when I correct it in post-production, she's going to be normal tone, normal white balance, and my background's going to go the opposite of the orange, which will be blue. Okay, so have a look at this. I'll explain it a little bit more as we do it. Okay, good stuff. So what I need to be careful of when I'm doing this is that I don't light the background too much with the orange. I want to keep it natural colour so that when I correct it, it's going to turn blue. The other thing I need to be careful of is make sure that light looks good on Lana. So I'm going to get her to turn her face towards the light, the way that we always do. I need to pump up my flash a little bit because that orange gel takes away a little bit of the power of the flash. Okay, lovely. So you're just lighting Lana, maybe go around that way a little bit more. Yep, and feather it a little bit towards the front of her. Yeah, that's it. Okay, wonderful. Here we go. So we've altered our spot for this shot. We've altered our location just by a few meters because that background was very dark where we were. So it's not really going to show any light. Here we've got a brighter background, so it's going to work better. Okay, so maybe around this way a little bit more. Yeah, that's it. Okay, feather that light this way a little bit, Greg, yeah? Okay, lovely. Here we go. Yeah, that's cool. Now we're going to shoot the other way. So you're going to be facing that way, Lana. That's it, yep. Okay, maybe turn your face towards this light a little bit more, yeah? Eyes to me. Yep. Great, here we go again. Okay, I'll just do a low shot. Yeah, terrific. So, I even got a better effect when I shot with the sunlight in the background, with the sky in the background. It looks blue already, but as soon as I correct this in post-production, it's going to look way better, way bluer. Now it's important when we do this shot to have some sort of reference colour. So I've got Lana holding an 18% grey card. That's going to allow me to correct the colours quite simply in Photoshop or Lightroom or any other program. So I'll take a shot like this just for reference so that I know how to correct this later on. That's great. Yep. Okay, here we go. All right. We're running a little bit ahead of time, so I thought we'd just do a few shots around this great location. So we're going to use our Q300 still with the deep dish reflector on it to throw a sort of a spotlight effect onto Lana and do a few shots like that. We're going to muck around, do various different shots in here. I'm not going to explain it, you can just watch it and see. That's because I don't know what I'm going to do. Okay, so just take a test shot here. Okay, that's good, Lana. Here we go. That's it, yeah. Just look over my head at the building over there. Yep. Yep, great. A little bit of a tilt. I chopped your feet off. I'm always chopping people's feet off. Chopped your head off that time, that's worse. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Okay, can you come forward, please? Now, because Lana's coming forward away from that wall, we're going to throw a deeper shadow onto that wall because she's separated from the wall. So you stay where you are, Greg. Actually move back as far as Lana, just move forward. Yeah, that's it. Okay, lovely. Yeah, that's good. Maybe this hand up on your hip. Yeah, that's good. Okay, here we go. Yeah, you can see how that shadow is separated now. Good stuff, one more. Can you put two hands up on your head? Like that? Yeah, that's it. Good. Turn that face this way though, yeah? It's great. Here we go. Yeah. Just shoot it horizontal. Okay. Yeah, love that. Now we've moved Lana up onto a higher surface. I've got Greg in behind this concrete wall and lighting her through there so that we can't see the light, but we can see that it's coming through from behind the wall. Again, I need to make sure that Lana turns her face this way so that that light's hitting her from the short side of her face. Okay, I want you to be looking over at the tugboats here if you can see them. Yeah, that's great. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's good. The background almost disappears. You can see in this shot that the background is really dark, okay? So what I'm going to do to fix that, I'm just going to slow down my shutter speed to give me a lot more light in the background. So I'm going from 1/160, I'm going down to a 50th of a second. Okay, it's great, Lana. Yes, that's it. Now I'm going to go down even further. Going to go down to a 1/10 of a second, which is a bit scary, but I've got the flash to give me the sharp image of Lana. The background's going to be the only thing that'll suffer from camera shake. Okay, that's great. Looking that way, Lana, yeah? Okay. All right, cool. Love that. Good. So with this shot on the stairs, we need to get Lana feeling comfortable, the way that she prefers to sit, and then we can arrange our lighting to suit the way her face is looking and the way her body is. So the way she is, we're going to position our light just off to the left-hand side and light her from there. Again, remember, we've got really hard light here, so we need to be careful how that light falls on her face. Even though she's got a perfect face, but still, if you're shooting Robbie, you'd have to be really, really careful. Okay, here we go, yeah? Yeah, beautiful. Maybe pick one knee up a little bit higher on the top step if you can. Yeah, is that okay? Yeah, that's good. Just wriggle around until it feels good. Okay, yeah, good. Yeah, great. Can you pull some hair forward on that side? Yeah. Okay, yeah, here we go. A couple of smiley ones for Mum. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, that's great. Now we're doing a stand-up shot of Lana. I'm going to use that banister, that stair rail, in the composition as well. I've got her standing right in front of the crack in the wall to hide the crack. We all know models are really good at hiding rubbish in the background. So I'm going to just compose it that way and hopefully it'll look good. Okay, I want you to cross that way a little bit more. Yeah, that's it. Just cross those feet over for me. Yep, a little bit more further back that way. The light is going to be from up the top of the stairs. I want you to hold it up high.
Super high, even though we're at the top of the stairs.
Yeah, that's it. And come this way a little bit more, Greg. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, great. Lana, I want you to look up that way. Yep. Okay, good. Yeah, that's great. Drop down, do a full length shot. Yeah, terrific. Look at the atmosphere in that shot. It looks amazing because we've got that hard light. We've got a little bit of a vignetting at the top, but I'll just fix that in post-production. Okay, that looks fantastic. Now what we're going to do is turn you around to face into the wall, okay, and get you to look right along the wall, up towards the light. Can you get closer to the wall, please? Yeah? That's it. Maybe put your hands up on the wall, Lana. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's great. Okay. Lovely. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. One more. Okay. Yeah, love that. And remember, all this stuff is done in complete daylight. It's mid-afternoon here. We've got a bright sunny day, no clouds in the sky. All of this stuff's done in those sort of conditions. So it just needs a powerful light. The Q300 does really well. I just want to get a couple of shots of Lana low down with these buildings in the background. These great high for Newcastle, high-rise units that we've got in the background. So we'll see how we go. It might be a little bit messy in the background, but we'll give it a go. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to try and blur those buildings out a little bit. I don't always do that. I don't very often do this, but I'm going to shoot at my maximum aperture, which is f4 on this camera, and that's going to blur my background a little bit. Because I'm shooting at f4, I need to drop the power of that flash right down. So we're going to go right down to 1/64th power. Okay, that's good. So I want you just to look between me and Greg. Out that way? Yep. Okay, good. Here we go. Okay, that looks cool. Getting a bit closer. Wait till these people get out of the background. Here we go. Yeah, that looks good. That looks great. See that? We get that low angle, wide angle shot with those buildings a little bit soft in the background. My f4 doesn't do a great job of getting that out of focus background, but I'm happy with it. I want to get these spiky bits in the foreground. So you're just standing here, just behind that line. Yeah, all right, we might get you further back and I might get more of this in the foreground. Greg, can you just move up on there a little bit more? Actually, that'll probably be okay. Where you are, yeah. That's it. And up a little bit higher. That's it. Lana, I want you to look over towards a post over there. Yep. Okay. Ah, yes, beautiful. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get some of this spiky grass in the foreground. I've positioned Lana a little bit further back. We're lighting her with a deep dish flash from above, and it looks really good. These grey buildings in the background I think look much better than the previous shot we did with the other light, with the other buildings in the background. So I'm going to do a few more of these. Whenever I come across a great idea, you've got to saturate it. Okay, so maybe standing straight towards me with your feet towards me, yep. The hip out a little bit, yeah, that's it. Face over that way, yep. Greg, maybe around this way a little bit, yeah. That's great, Lana, yep. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Okay, wonderful. Last one. Yeah, great. Okay, thank you. Shot of the day. I've got an idea up here. Can you go up on the top level there, please? Greg, you're going to be in behind her. Okay, up between these two concrete slabs here.
Yep. You want me up there or down here?
Down here, please, Brock. Okay, so you're going to be in here, Lana. Yep. You're going to be in behind her, Greg, thinking thin thoughts so that we can't see you. The light's going to come from the back, so she's going to be in silhouette. So we're going to get you to hold this up here to try and bounce some of that light back in, okay, onto like her. This. So I want serious look, Lana, just looking a little bit above my head. Yep. Here we go. Yeah, great. Good stuff. Just turn that around that way, Brock, a little bit more. Yep. That's it. Yeah, terrific. Okay. All right, I think that might do. Yeah, maybe stand, hands behind your bottom. Yeah, that's it. Just push that knee across in front of the other one. Yeah, lovely. And look right at the top of the reflector here. Yeah, that's it. Great. Greg, you're in the reflection in the window. Ah, beautiful, Anna. One more. Okay. All right. Can we get you to hold this? Yep. Not that Brock's not holding it, but I need someone to hold up really high.
Not that much taller.
Done it high.
That's okay. Round this way further. Yep.
Is that your plug?
Like that. No, you're not being paid.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the reason. Yep, that serious look again, like, yeah. That's it.
Yeah, well, wait a sec.
Okay, here we go. Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Go again. Go, quick. Stay it straight.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Just face this way a little bit more to the front, yeah. Okay. Just look down at the ground. Yep. Okay. Great, thank you. Okay, for our last shot tonight, we're having Lana stand in the full sun. So this is a really difficult task for any sort of strobe because we need a lot of power to be able to light Lana brighter than that sunlight in the background. So I've got the sun in behind her because I don't want the sunlight on her face. I've got her positioned against a dark background so that that backlight really stands out. If I had her positioned against the sky, her hair would blend into the sky because it's bright. So we've got it against that dark background, but when I have my camera up ready to take a shot, I get sunlight on the front of my lens, which means I'm going to get lens flare. So I've got Brock with a little reflector case. He's just going to hold that reflector case in front of my lens without blocking the picture to stop that flare happening in my lens. So it sounds a little bit complicated, but it's not really. Okay, we'll see how we go with this. Because it doesn't really matter if we blind her at this stage.
She has glasses, it's fine.
All right, so I want hair on both sides, please. All right, that's great. So you can see that beautiful light on Lana's hair from that background. We're going to have Greg in reasonably close, tilt it down just a little bit. Yeah, that's it. And Brock's going to hold this filter, this reflector up. Okay, here we go, yeah. Okay, lovely. You can see how that beautiful hair of Lana's is backlit against that dark background. It works really well. We're just going to change the direction of the light now. We're going to get Greg across on the left-hand side, camera left, holding that light, and he's going to be shading that light from my lens. So he's just going to stand there, yeah? Maybe come around this way a little bit further, yeah? That's it. And I'm just going to manipulate my angle so that, yeah, so that Greg's covering that light from the sun. Yeah, terrific. That's good. Okay, here we go. Yeah, great, Lana, that looks terrific. You'll see that the background's fairly dark. All I need to do is slow down my shutter speed, and that's going to give me more light on that background. So I'm going to slow down my shutter speed down to a 60th of a second. That's it, you stay where you are. Just let me worry about the light. Yeah, that's it. Great. Yeah, here we go. That's it once again. Great. Okay, we've got a brighter background simply by changing my shutter speed. Right, the last shot, the last shot we're going to do is we're going to get Lana in front of this sun, and I'm going to have that sun directly behind her head. So I don't get the lens flare, I'm in her shadow, but we're still going to light her face with the Q300. And here, yeah, that's it, perfect. Maybe those feet apart a little bit, yep, they weight on the 1 foot. Okay, she's got a crane sticking out of her head, but that's okay. Here we go. Here we go, coming closer to crop out the crane. Okay, terrific. Yeah, that looks lovely. Now I'm going to try and position Lana across that way a little bit more, just so she's against that darker background. I'm not sure that's going to work. But okay, here we go, yeah. Great. Lots of flyaways, but that's cool. That's what we want. Okay, fluff it all up, yeah. Ah, cool. A couple more of them, please. Ready, 1, 2, 3. Yep, I'll wait till it comes down a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, great stuff. The last shot we're going to do is against the blue louvers of this bridge we've got over here. So I'll head over there and I'll show you what we're going to do there. Okay. Promise this is the last one, Lana. Okay, our last shot. We're taking our life in our hands here because of the e-bikes screaming through. This is the last shot we're doing. We're using this beautiful blue background from the bridge. We're going to light Lana along the line of the bridge. You can see where Greg is here, and that's going to be our final image. So shooting into that bright sky, I'm going to try and get some detail in that sky as well. Okay, that's great, Lana. Yep, here we go. Yes. Good. Just maybe hold it out from the wall a little bit. Yeah. It's good. Here we go. So I've refined this shot a little bit because we were getting some bright light in that foreground on these louvers, because Greg was reasonably close to Lana. I've moved him further back, a long way back, maybe 10 meters or so. And that means that the light drop off from me to Lana is going to be less. So those louvers are going to be lit a little bit more evenly. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Focus. Okay, can you turn around with your back against that rail? Yep, that's it. Just bend this front knee a little bit. No, the other one? Yeah, that's it, good. Looking straight down there. Yep. Okay, terrific. And last one. Okay, one down here, last one. Okay. Okay, got my shadow in there, but that's okay. Okay, all finished for the day. The Q300 worked really well, performed really well, plenty of power, gave us so many opportunities to shoot stuff around here. So hopefully you can use these same ideas to produce studio-based lighting in an outdoor location. See you next time.